Okay, we're here at Fordham University with Dr. Jim Fisher, and this is part 2 of the Stephen Crist saga. And what really interests me about Crist is the way that he's both interested in the nuts and bolts of handicapping, but he also writes and writes really quite lucidly about the romance of the game, and the romance is basically where my interest comes in. So Crist speaks to a lot of different people, and he's managed to synthesize this in a way. And Jim, what is the magic that he brings to it? Because obviously he's could be the most influential writer or personality in the press at all at this time.
That's what was amazing when he started the Thoroughbred Times. He
didn't start the Thoroughbred Times. It was the Racing Times there, Rich.
Racing Times. See, that's where I've been out of action for quite a while. When he started that newspaper, that upstart insurgent newspaper, he had a very high standard of journalistic quality.
Don't drift out on me,
Jim. Even literary quality in that newspaper, and it was quite striking. In other words, it did offer both the very analytical, the numbers, but also it had a kind of a readability that had never been seen. The Daily Racing Form was a fascinating document. It went back to a lot of kind of sheets that had existed since the late 19th century, and they pioneered a certain kind of rat-a-tat style of journalism, but it was limited. And so what Chris really brought was a much broader kind of journalistic and literary flair, in addition to, it's really unprecedented to have one individual kind of embody these traits. I mean, he is certainly one of the leading figures, of the last half century in American sports journalism, and clearly in racing journalism.
Okay, thank you, Jim, and that's it for our Stephen Crist profile.